Good morning and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. Strongly advise you to stay on a sim as long as needed before you use a real life money. Today is actually a good start at 9:30, and for the ones that just join us anew, you can follow the signals as you see here. Buy on an ES 312875, target 314250, nailed 61 ticks based on the last entry signal only, not the whole day. Nasdaq buy 834725, target 838325, from the last entry signal 164 ticks into the profit based on the last entry signal. The total right now is 796 ticks based on the last entry signal and is based on one contract. Here also you can see the new signal and all are automated trades. ES buy 312875, target 314650, 61 ticks. So there is two different market analyzer, one for the swing trading and one for the scalper. The blue charts here, the 1 minute we use for the swing trading, and now they are already hit the target. As you see on the chart, as an example, the ES already hit the target and we are done. This trade, we are done with it because already hit the target from the buy entry to the target is already done that. And then we have the scalper here on the market analyzer, and we are still in summer trade in the white charts. Those are the scalpers in the white charts, and you can use fully automated to trade, ATM strategy, pullback re-entry automated to trade. You can use any type of an automated to trade you want, and this is the white chart we will be covering today, and they are the scalpers. Also, because of December months, we are not really keen on using swing trading. December months usually chop months, low volume, and we use a different type of an automated to trade, A scalper and a B scalper. This is has nothing to do with the signal entry. This is a total different system, and we normally start those scalpers around 9 o'clock. As you see, the first trade was 9:02, and the CL already, all of them to the $500 per chart, and this one nailed 600. Nasdaq nailed 505 and also start at 9 o'clock. YM started at 9 o'clock, 540. ES, and now it is 9:52. So all those auto trades start at 9 o'clock, and we were done within an hour. And this one also start at 9 o'clock, and 1, 2, 3 done. And you can use the scalper for 1 minute, or you can use them for 150 ticks. Does not require any optimization. As an example, if you want the YM 150 ticks or a 1 minute, it will be the same entry practically. And if we look at the Nasdaq here, 150 ticks, started also at 9 o'clock. So most of them practically done, and we will be also covering some of the scalping automated to trade. Just taking them, putting them in the right places. and then we can start looking at the charts. And today we will be analyzing what's going on in the market. For the ones that have been following us for quite time, we built a very friendly use. If we look at the ES, what's going on today on the ES, we have those two yellow lines. Those comes in your full package, and there is a two yellow lines here. And whether you are auto trading or you are a manual trading or hand trading, whatever you want to call, once the market hit between those two yellow lines, that means there is no long trade anymore. It's done. So it is a friendly use, because I don't believe in overbought, oversold, because what happened to the supply and demand. So if the CL is $50 and there is no buyers, it become irrelevant, this overbought, oversold things. But on the technical side, when the market comes in between those two yellow lines, that means there is no more buying mood into the ES. And now we, in this area here, if you are scared to reverse the market, you can use a micro account, one lot, and call a sell on that area here. Why? First of all, here is a critical area to do any buying, okay? And once the market hit between those two yellow lines, which we've been testing it for the last 5 years, very rare the system fell when it comes in between those two yellow lines. What is going to happen today on the ES? Because if we can analyze what's going on the ES, we can it will be much nicer. We know what to approach and what we are expecting from the market. I don't know. I cannot draw on Monday what is going to happen in the market, but when I start in the morning, I know exactly where we are going from 9 to 12, especially to our traders, our members. Here is the picture on the ES, and I want to draw what's going on the ES. First of all, we are between those two yellow lines, and that means there is no more buying orders. Now we need to think short, which we have covered a lot, how to reverse the market, and we will be covering it again. And we did this even to the public. We revealed some of the technical secrets, how to predict or to identify when there is a reversal, because in the reversal there is more money than when you are trading with the trend. If you can catch the trend at the beginning, it is very profitable, but you need to be very well educated how to reverse the market. The situation right now on the ES, we cannot go long, and this ES is going back to this area support level 31.41.25. This is a key level, and this is a re-entry level to the long position, and we are not anymore interested in the long trade, because we are already nailed 60-61 ticks on the ES based on the last entry. So we're no longer interested into the re-entry point, because at the high level right now, we are not interested in that. We can short out this market at the moment on the ES, but it will be a little bumpy at this level here at 31.41. This is a key level on the ES, which eventually today it will drop below the 31.41. And then what we are going to experience today on the ES, we're not going to go below the 31.30. So once we cross the 31.41.25, there is a good possibility if there is a sell-off, it will be holding at 31.30. And from the 31.30, because today is a Friday, the market, once those amateur traders, the first couple hours, leave this market alone, the experienced traders, they come in either early on Friday or they start trading around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the time on a Friday, the market takes one direction. Most of the time, not every Friday, depends what's going on with the news and everything. But most likely on Friday, once the amateur get into those volatilities on the first 2 hours and get in trouble and leave, the more experienced traders jump in on Friday either early morning, or later afternoon. So around 1 o'clock, the market start taking a direction, one direction. And this is where if this market drop before 1 o'clock to the 31.30 level, it's going to go up again. And I have no idea where it's going to stop, but it's going to go up again once we hit the bottom at 31.30. So in a plain English, without all the technicals, today the bottom on the ES is 31.30. And then there is a re-entry point today on the first pullback. There is a re-entry point today at 31.40 at the moment, and this is where the key for the ES, and anything below the 19 level is going to be short all the way down your trade to the 31.30, and then reverse and go up again. And that's gonna happen somewhere around 1 o'clock. Once we analyze what's going on into the ES, this is what is going to have an impact on the NASDAQ, and is going to have an impact on the YM as well. So we will be also, if we look at the NASDAQ, it is between those two yellow lines, is facing a projection, and probably if it's any, now it is the ES playing at the critical condition between those two yellow lines. The same thing, the NASDAQ is playing between those two yellow lines. We nailed 164 ticks from the entry on the support area on 83.47.25. It was a perfect entry earlier today. And also the YM, it is at the critical area. Now, if we look, we did not just, we're satisfied with just telling you. It's a very plain, it does not need a brainer, or it does not need a technical guy. We just take it as is. Once this market between those two yellow lines, the market start flatten out, as you see how the market was climbing all the way, and now it is playing with the high and stopping right here. So what is this? And now followed by this new signal, the 30-year Treasury bond to the buy order, that is going to drag this market all the way to the 31.40. Beside that, as you see, is telling you the system here, there is a reversal. Those reversals are not repaint reversals. So it's telling you this is a reversal area. You need to start pushing your brakes. And there is a sign telling you you need to start selling. So if you are on a trade, you need to cash in. But this is where the market here, anything happening now above those numbers here, it is misguiding the traders, and they think the market is going to go much higher up, and then they're going to jump on the wagon, and they're going to be left alone on those trades, and they will be losing money. So This file play here, it is not your area. It is not your place to mess with. You know, if you took the entry, you exit it, you're done. Let the amateur traders jump on the wagon here. They're using MACDs and ATRs and momentums. Let them dive into this one here and stay away from it, because this is a file play, and it's not accepted to be taking a long trade in here anymore. Even the indication says, because if we look at this line here, the bars, the farther the bar is away from that line, the stronger the trend is. And if we want to look at it at this area here, it is telling us there is enough momentum to go all the way up to the 31.8450. But we're not playing that game. We don't want it to. That it is extreme high risk from that area here to 31.4850. So what we need to do, we need to stop trading long in this area here. And now the market, it will sink into the 31.40, and it will be support area in here. I don't know if this market gonna go bounce back a bit, but it will be taking a dive, and we can take the short once they cross the critical area. For the Nasdaq, it is the same story. You have a pullback that the chart is drawing where is the number for a pullback re-entry, and it is 83, 81, 25. Practically, once we break the 83.78, we start looking for a short trade, or the automated system start developing a new signal. And this is where we're going to see on the YM, as we see, is now coming very close to those lines, and the re-entry point 279.35. It is on this yellow dangerous zone. So also, if we look at the YM, we just got a signal sell at fired, and actually we have an automated trade for that one too. I don't want to get into it because it's not in here. And it is going to, now the market going back for the YM trader 27937. So the market now starts sinking to the short side slowly. It does not flip or it does not make a U-turn. And after the internet, we don't have anymore in the market charts with the V shapes, which I used to love, the V shapes, where the market can go all the way up and then it drops immediately, and you have the shape of the V upside down. But or if it's long, it's gonna, or if it's short, it's gonna be V shape. We don't have a V shapes anymore. With the internet and the fast trades, the markets and the numbers has smoothed out a lot. Actually, before the fast internet and all this, the market was, when it gets, you get better movement. But now, because of the internet, the market and the prices has been smoothing out a lot. It's no longer V shapes. We hardly see V shapes on the charts anymore, or M shapes or W shapes with the bars. You don't see those anymore. Those, if we look, we have a little M shape in here, but those days are done. Those days are gone. But we need to look at different instruments to, or being aware when the market is topping up and we are no longer valid to take a long trade. Even maybe there is a potential from here to get another couple of 3 points on the ES, but those are not, we're not interested in high risk trade. If you are trying to take those trades and trying to go up with it, your risk is extremely high. And now if we look at this NASDAQ, this is a really technical area, and we want to see if we are able to break those area here. And if we look at the YM, NASDAQ, and the ES, it is like a boat start turning around and 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 uh, and it starts sinking a bit at the time, right under our nose, and then we miss a trade. And this is the most dangerous in the trade, when you don't uh, understand what is this market is telling you. So as we see here, this is the re-entry point. And it is like when you take a fish out of the water, it's just kicking a little bit, and that's what it is. But we are not interested in this re-entry because we are in this critical area, and here we are not interested in the re-entry because we are in this critical area. So we're not interested in the long trade, and your a market analyzer on the swing trading nailed 800 ticks, and it should be fair enough, good enough, and we're not interested. This is a very good based on one contract. The market nailed 800 ticks. It says 853, but let's say 750 ticks. Let's say 800 ticks. I don't want to say 872 ticks. So this play here, we're not interested in, and we will be waiting on the scalpers when a plot of new signals in there. This is also a good indication when the market starts reversing. So right now we are waiting on a turnaround on this market, and then we will be taking a short trade, but we are not interested in the long trade anymore. So it is there is too many to cover every single day, and sometimes I miss when there is a new signal. So for you guys, you can look at the first column here, and it says a new signal. It gives you the direction, and it gives you the entry price, and it gives you the target. So you don't have to do anything. And if you have our system, the automated trade is going to take that trade. You don't have to think about it. The same thing on the scalper is going to be is going to uh, uh, give you the new signal, and with the new signal you can follow the scalpers as well. you see, guys, what we were talking about, and you see how this market start sinking in. And you can see how this market starts sinking. That's why we are not interested in the long trade. And once we get the short trade, as I said, it will be valid to take a short trade, and it's done. So once you get to know the system, it's not complex and it does not require any. Most of those auto trades now we are using. We have some auto trades where you can optimize. We in your package there is around 8 or 9 auto trades, and some of them you can optimize, and some of them you cannot, because if you optimize them or you change the setting, you're gonna ruin it. So there is the ones we are using now here on those ones here. It cannot be optimized. You cannot tweak anything in it. It's just as is. You cannot tweak stop loss. I mean, you can use a normal ATM and overwrite a trade, like if we are using the scalper. And I was surprised. I have one guy yesterday. He was not aware that you can move the trailing stop. But we can overwrite an auto trade, or we can, let's say, override the trailing stop. We can extend the target if you want to, but you cannot tweak the setting, because once you start a trader messing with the setting, it's gonna put it off. So, or in this month you want to break it even, you can do that, but it's not does not require optimization, and the trailing stops are based on a fib line. Now, if you want to override the fib line, as an example, you have here a fib line. This is a resistance line, you know, and you don't want the system trail on the floating fibs. You want to hide your trailing stops somewhere above this fib line here. So you can override the auto trade, and you want to extend your target, you can override the auto trade to the next fib line. So there we go. We can turn the scalpers to swing trading if this market is trending, and it is over, you know. So what I'm saying is, and this one here also that type. Now most of them did finish the scalpers. This is a total different scalper. There is 1 minute or 150 takes, and they're all done. And we start all of them at 9 o'clock. We just showed it to you a few seconds ago. All of them are done, and we started at 9 o'clock. A scalper and a B scalper, they are already done. So this system also, you cannot optimize. You can do the replay, but you cannot tweak. We added some filters to some traders if they want to tweak with the filters, but they cannot mess with the entry. So there is an option with the 4 or 5 different filters you can add on it if you want to, or you can dismiss the filters, but the setting itself, the entry, you cannot mess with the entry. And that's why it is limited to 1 minute or 150 takes, you know. So, and for the last 10 years, our experience, don't let a trader mess with the setting a lot, you know. He's gonna mess it up. I will be on a silent mood till I get some movement in here, and you will have the signals on the first column, and you will have the signals on the first column here. And when I see something, I will be more than glad to share my information with you guys. No problem. Thank you. I'm sorry, I have a request on the CL. Why I not cover the CL? And I apologize, I forgot to cover the CL. The CL is the same story, my friend. It is, as you see here, the ES, it came in between those two yellow lines, and it was the end of it. And if you want to take the CL trade, you go short. And if you want to follow, guys, for non-members and all that, if you want to follow on that, you go on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. Well, the scalper is already have an entry, and is already the scalper nailed it from the beginning on the CL. But for a swing trading, what you need to do, you need to put the order sell limited at 58.99, 58.99, and your target is 58.27. This is the story on the ES. If you are not in a trade on an ES and you did not follow the CL scalping signal, that's fine. You can also take a trade at 58.96 short limited order and a profit at 58.30. Profit 58.30. For the ones are taking the CL trade, we can always put the trailing stop. If you want to override the auto trade, take the trailing stop above your fib line, you know. So those are the trades on the CL. There is nothing else. And but I have the auto trade, the automated trade on that chart. So that's why I dismissed the order, because this chart is connected to this market analyzer. So it will take a short trade by itself once this trade, once the new signal come out. This one here is gonna start taking the trade, and it will be the same area where I have calculated. So it is from fib to fib. So what else we have not covered? I think we have covered most of this market, and we are waiting on a new short signals on the swing trading, and then we respond. In the meantime, I will be on a silent mood. Thank you. As you see, when we started around 10 minutes before 10 o'clock, and we said we predicted what is going to happen to the ES, and there is no more long trade. And as you see, there is no more long trade, no more long trade, no more long trade. We we nailed it as we expected, and this is little things here and there that can make our life easier and not confusing us in the market, where the system telling us when to stop trading, when not to go long anymore, and when to go short. And since when we started today at 10 o'clock, we told you that there is no more uh, enough energy for the ES to go up, and it never did, where we have said. And we told you also it's gonna be somewhere around that area here, a support area, back and forth, and it's gonna make a confusion among the traders, and that's exactly what happened. And and everything. I mean, it's not really hard, guys, to memorize a few lines, and there we go. The CL is done. Beautiful trade on the CL, and we are done with the CL. And also, we told you on the CL where to take the trade and where is going to be your target on the CL as well. So it is just be patient for a few weeks to learn the few lines and the entries, and then you should be very fine. It's not hard. It's just it require a little patience, and then it is really become trading enjoyable, not a nightmare. And it cannot be easier than that. Seriously, cannot be easier than that. So uh, look, where we everything we have said is happening. And very soon we are about to have a short trade signal on the ES, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones. Thank you. I'll stay quiet in the meantime. Those the scalpers, and they already broke even on the scalpers. And so once they break even here, we don't care anymore. We secure profit on those. Or if you want to, you can drag the trailing stop all the way up and lock more profit if you want to do this on the scalping system. And those are exactly like the market analyzers. If we look at the ES by 3145.50, this is exactly how you get it. And on the NASDAQ as well, it is, if we look at the NASDAQ, the entry was 83.8775, and it is 83.8775. So the auto trade take him exactly like the market analyzer signal. Now we have on the NASDAQ, one is already broke even and the other one is based on the floor and fib. But what you can do, secure your profit or secure yourself, because December months is not, I don't trust December months. So if this market keep going up, your floor and fibs comes in where you put your trailing stop, is going to lift it and take it with it. As you see here on all the Nasdaq missed the target by a couple ticks, and we are done with the gold, and it is really. I strongly advise you to secure your profit and let the market takes a trend, because we are in a very tight spot on the ES, like what we have explained. But this is a scalping. So once, don't fuzzle with it too much. Once you break even, if you are all the way up here and then the market starts sinking like the NASDAQ, you can secure your profit on it and let it take time, because sometimes you will have where the market missed the target by a couple ticks and it's going back, and we don't know if it's gonna be knocked out here or knocked out here. I can see it if it's gonna do it or not, but if you don't know, you don't need to sit down and be an expert analyzing everything. So once, if you stay on that attitude, once we break even, now we are, as an example, we have those three charts. It's not costing us any money on that trade anymore. So I don't need to fuzzle with it. I can leave it, or I can extend my target like what I have done to the ES. You can extend your target, or if you want to, you can go ahead and put it back where it's belonged to, where is the system estimated you need to exit that trade. To our clients, Danielle, I was on your computer yesterday, and you were not aware of you can move the trailing stop. And as you see, Danielle, you can move your trailing stop, and you can extend the target, but you cannot decrease the target. You can increase your trailing stop, but you cannot, if you want to take this target down, you cannot do that. It has to be from where the system expecting and up. But if you wanted to tighten up that trade, you are allowed to on that auto trade to take it wherever you want to and tighten up your stuff. There is a reason we have, you can increase your target, you cannot decrease your target, you can increase your trailing stop, but you cannot decrease your trailing stop. In other words, You can go all the way here to your trailing stop is fine, but it's gonna go back and jump in and to secure your profit. You can increase the target, but you cannot decrease the target. If you wanted to decrease the target, um, it's gonna go back to the minimum target. But if you want to increase it, you can increase the target. And it is very nice the way it's done. And if we wanted to increase the trailing stop, then you can do that. And if the market decide to go up and the trailing stop 2 came into your trailing stop 2, it's gonna take it and move it for you from whatever you have put it on. So this is a very, very friendly use, and the trader only have to look at the fib line and the entry and the exit. You don't need to be, um, we don't have to have a light bulb on our head and sit down in the trading room and for anybody telling us when to enter the market. The system, it will take the trade for you, and it tells you where to exit. And each target is different from the next target. It's not fixed. Now on the ES, if there is 10 ticks target today, because the market is not moving, tomorrow or the next trade could be 15 ticks, the target. It depends on the market movement. It's not fixed. And the trailing stop is not a fixed trailing stop. It is, where are the levels? Sometimes they are very tight. Sometimes they are a little bit wider. And there is a reason for that, because we need the trailing stop at the support line or the resistance line. This is a very advanced trading where this is the opposite of this kind of automated trade where most of you have. This is, you turn on your auto trade, and we have plenty of those in your package. You turn them on, and whatever the market is giving you today, this is it. Nothing we can do. If the market moving, you're gonna hit your target. The market not moving, welcome to trading. But on this one here, we have the option to choose our fights, to choose our profit, and we can increase and decrease our profit, secure our profit while we are in a trade, or increase our profit while we are in a trade. And it is a very pleasant managing it, and it does not make you nervous when you are trading it. And there is nothing wrong by start trading it on a micro account, and the same ATM, Lorenzo, the ones that comes with the system, because the system has, yes sir, it's the V17 upgrade, and whatever the ATM, you don't need to use your own ATM, as we covered on Monday. If you want to use your own ATM, you can do this on the other version. But with the version 17, it comes with the fixed ATM. It is reacting to the market, and it is increasing the trade if the market is trending, is decreasing the target if the market is not. So it is all in one. Don't mess with the V17 ATM, Lorenzo. If you want to use the ATM, your own ATM, you can do that on the other system, as we explained on Monday's webinar. You can do that. You can turn on your scalper and use your own ATM, but not on a V17 version. On the V17 version, you cannot mess with the ATM, Lorenzo. So, like what we said on Monday, you can use the full automated, or you can use your own ATM. So this is now you got me lost, Lorenzo. Yeah, yeah, the other ones. But now, what we are using on the swing trading here and the scalping, we are using the V17. Yes, sir. And if you want to use the other ones, you can use the other ones. Yeah. Especially Lorenzo, where I'm trying to get you, my friend. This is an example for the ES. I know there is a fib line here at 31, 48.75. Okay, Lorenzo. I have an option. I can move the trailing stop and tie it up a little bit on both of them and close profit or secure profit 250 or 260 or 290. And if this market was able to break the 31.48, then I get the 49.75. That's very fine. So this is where you say always leave a little space between you and the market, because if you want to close the trade, Lorenzo, you take that needle all the way up to 31.48. Then you don't care. You are maximize your your profit. And but if you are hoping on that market to keep hoping that this market is gonna go higher, then you need to leave a little room for the market to go back and forth, especially Lorenzo when your trailing stops. They are not both of them in one place. They are in two different places. And those trailing stops are fib support line. They are not a dummy. I hate dummy trailing stops. So they're not dummy trailing stop, as we see, Lorenzo. When the market tried to go up, come back to the support area, went up, come back to the support area, and now is going up, either will be rejected from the 31.48.75, or is going to come back and knock you out of that trade in that area here, 31.47. So at least we're not walking away for free from that trade, you know. And on the next round, if the market is trending, we nail it. It's not going to get away from us, you know. But if we are happy with 250 as a weekend, we don't want to deal with it, we can close that trade and get it over with and call it off, you know. If it's every chart 200, 250, then we are done today, you know. This is an example on the 30-year Treasury bond. You don't want to deal with it. You're happy with 250. You drag. You drag it at the maximum here. So at least we walk away with 200 on it. So if the market goes down, Lorenzo, that's fine. And if it's not, that's very fine. We grab some money out of that trade, you know. So this is I find it is especially for December months, Lorenzo. Whenever we see profit, we need to secure it, because we don't know 10 minutes later from now if the market gonna get stuck in the channel or not, or there's gonna be low volume, and the closer we are getting to Christmas, it's gonna be harder to trade. Actually, I've been thinking not even go on a YouTube anymore for the rest of the months, because there is no use to sit down. But I'm gonna try to be patient next week and go on a YouTube. But there is no use to go live every day right now. But I'll find a solution. I don't know. But the closer you get to this, so now it's out of the way, and if you can nail $200 out of that trade, you nail $200 out of that trade. Securing it as soon as possible. This is it. You put the 15 Lorenzo 15 second, and you turn on the V17 upgrade, and you turn it on. That's it. You don't need to mess with it. You don't need to mess with an ATM. You don't. It finds its way. You just load that chart, load the V17, turn it on. That's it. You don't need to tweak anything in it. I hope you know that, Lorenzo. You have the system. Lorenzo, I don't know if you have the FIB subscription. I don't know if you still have it. Those zones come separately. I don't know if you have them or not. I don't remember, Lorenzo. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stay quiet a little bit, and there is not much going on. And now it's 11:07. As we see, this is exactly where we planned today what is going on in an ES, and that's exactly, as you see, nothing happening to the long side, and the market is just we are waiting on a short trade actually on those ones here. Not much going on. I don't know if the market is very slow. I don't know if I need to stay. Now is the 6th of December, but maybe we will add one more week next week to go live on a YouTube. But the closer we are going to Christmas, the market is gonna die out on us. So I don't know. We'll see next week. If is the market gonna stay like this, I don't know if I need to keep going live with it on a YouTube, or we call it off till after New Year Eve. I don't know yet. So I'm gonna be patient enough next week to see if this market we're gonna have some movement next week. That will put us around the 12th of December. So then I will decide next week. Maybe we need to call it off this year live, and we'll begin next year. I don't know. We'll see. I'll make a decision next week. Because at the moment, the closer we are getting to Christmas, the less movement in the market, and I don't see. We are extremely busy. I don't see why we need to sit a couple hours looking at charts and the markets. Lately, the action is between 8:30 and 9:30. This week was by 9:45. Everything is done, and whoever took the trade took the trade, and whoever didn't take the trade didn't take the trade. So, it is nice when you are an individual trader sitting by yourself. You come in at 8:30, 9 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, you're done. This is very nice. And then you have the rest of the day free. But for me, to sit every day from 10 to 12 here, we have a tons of work, and the market not moving, I feel like it's a bit wasting time. I don't know. We will try next week and see, and then we evaluate if we're gonna remain to the uh, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 Okay, and then we will see what This is I'm trying to show you how we can manage or how we can secure more on the trade. If this is an example, I'm trying to fish all the examples for you. If we look at the CL here, there is a $250 on the CL, and it is struggling at 59.10. This is where is the resistance line. And this is what I'm saying you can manage the auto trade. And if that trade or that fib line having a hard time to break that line, we can uh, we can close the trade in here in that area here and call it off. So to maximize the profit, we can drag it as much as we can. We can put it here, or we can, if you want to give it more room, we can put it here. At least we secure at least $200-300 out of that trade. And if we wanted to go higher than that, I mean, this one here is around 225, and we have given a room to the trade to go back and forth. And 250 on the CL, 200, 250 on an ES, 200, 250 on the NASDAQ. Then we're done. It's not, there we go, 250 here, 250 there, and you are done for today. All what it takes, just a little movement in the market, one chart, one good runner on the chart, and then you're done with it. So, and then once you start getting more comfortable, you can add lots. You don't add time, you add lots. So it's very simple, guys. It's not hard to earn a few ticks every day. And when the market is not willing to give us anything from 9 to 12, that means it's not a good day to trade. Leave it alone, and you come back the second day. But it brings a pleasant when you're trading. You're not scared, and you are managing it. So it's not hard to do that. I'm going to stay quiet for a while, and you're very welcome to follow the signal on the first column here and the first column in here. The left one is for the swing trading, and the right one is for the scalpers. You're very welcome. Okay, guys, it's a Friday and now almost 12 o'clock, and there is not much going on. The market never really, we're about to go short, and I like to cover some of it before we log out. If you want to take a short, which is gonna come, you need to take it at 31.46.50. And if you want to do it, follow us. You follow us on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. If you want to take a short on Nasdaq, you should start taking a short at 83.25. If you want to take a short on the YM, it will be 279.84. 279.84. This is the short trade on those three instruments. And the scalper, as you see, start taking the trade from the scalping market analyzer. And this is also the scalper. If we want to cover the other scalpers is already, I mean, we can open every chart, but they practically all hit the target, and we started all of them at 9 o'clock. And the daily target on every chart is 500. And this one here also hit the target. This one here hit the target. All of them practically hit the target. And on Monday we will be covering more on the scalpers, because it is a month for scalping. It's not a month for swing trading. And this one also hit target. All of them. This one was very nice. I started at 9 o'clock. Hit target. And this is the B scalper. Hit target. Long time ago. Actually, on the B scalper Nasdaq, we had all of them. We started at 9. This is around 4 or 5 trades and hit targets. And ES 1 minute, which most of the trades fell on the 1 minute. Beautiful trade. 3 trades on the ES. Hit target. Nasdaq on the B scalper, target hit. And also YMA scalper, target hit. So they all hit targets. And this is beautiful. There we go, target hit. And this is a total different system than the swing trading signal and the scalper system. This is a total different automated trade. This one here also turn on, turn off. And this one here, so you have in your package around 8 automated trades. We cannot cover everything. And those are the trades. And the blue charts are the swing trading, which there is not gonna be much on the swing trading this month, December months. I want to say thank you very much for all your support, and it has been a pleasure serving every one of you, and thank you for all the comments. And we wish you very, very pleasant weekend, and we'll see you Monday. It will be for members only. We will be covering the scalpers again, if there's anybody have questions. And Tuesday we'll go back, and we will see next week again on now the market, the closer we are getting, the less activities in the market. So we will thank you, Charles, and we will decide next week if we If the market gonna stay like this, nothing to do, maybe we call off the broadcasting for YouTube for the rest of the year, and then we start again in sometimes in January. But we will see how the market activity next week. I want to say thank you very much. God bless you all, and thank you again for all the support you've been giving us. And we wish you, every single one of you, a pleasant weekend. Bye for now.